For centuries, humanity has been intrigued by the question of the existence of extraterrestrial life. Hi, I'm Carlin Wright. Through this documentary, we will interview students, teachers, and professionals regarding this controversial issue.
In a nutshell, I think my current feeling about that is that there's a great deal of life beyond Earth. There's a great deal of life beyond our solar system. The Hubble provided us with an opportunity to see into regions of space now that we've never seen before. I was just looking at a photograph recently that was showing a portion of space that was supposed to be the size of a speck of dust, of sand, in the sky. If you were to hold your hand up, it occupied a place that was the size of a piece of sand in the sky. And the Hubble focused on it recently, and it was one of the least occupied places in the sky in terms of stars and objects that could be photographed. And when they blew that up with the Hubble point of view, there were literally millions of galaxies in that one speck in the sky. And when you look at the photograph, you see literally billions of stars in millions of galaxies. It seems to me that clearly, with all the opportunities for life, there are undoubtedly perhaps millions and millions of opportunities for life to have existed and exist and develop in the known universe. And so I think, yes, indeed, there's probably a great deal of life beyond our planet.
No, I don't. Well, I love things like Star Trek and science fiction, especially time travel. I'm currently reading some time travel stories, but I think it's all fiction. I think that God created just one group of beings, namely us, and I think that the whole universe was created just for us.
Do I believe there's intelligent life beyond the Earth? You know, I really don't know. The universe is so big, and there's so many planets, we're pretty sure, that it would seem incredible if there were not intelligent life on other planets around other stars. In our own solar system, the answer is no. We're pretty sure of that. But the question really should be not, do I believe there is or believe there isn't, because what I believe doesn't matter. It's, is there, and what evidence do we have for it? That's a different question, a better question, and the answer to that question is we don't have any evidence for it. So we're really taking it on faith, and we're just assuming that the conditions that made life possible here are duplicated elsewhere. Life is possible there. We see that on the Earth life developed intelligence, and we're making the hopeful assumption that the same thing happened elsewhere. But the evidence for it is zero.
You need carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, a few other elements. You need a planet that's a suitable distance from the sun with tectonic activity and water so that the temperature range can be maintained under which life is possible. And there are so many stars, there's so many star systems out there that such planets must exist. So we can assume that life must exist elsewhere. But all we can do is assume. There's no evidence for it.
And the probability would have to be low, based on evidence. Not that there couldn't be intelligent life somewhere in our galaxy, but getting it here, having it be able to come here, realizing that the nearest star is 3 to 4 light years away, Alpha Centaurus, and traveling at light speed, that would take 3 to 5 years. And the amount of energy it would take to travel anything near that would be unbelievable. It's not that a civilization couldn't exist that could do it. It would just be, where does one garner that much energy?
And it also makes people feel more special if they think we're being watched. From a psychological point of view, again, people who are paranoid, for example, have delusions of persecution, which means that they believe that they're being watched or followed, or delusions of reference, where you think things are aimed at you, people are talking about you. All paranoid people have one thing in common. They have very low self-esteem, and they're trying to feel more important. And so it might be that many of these people who believe they've seen aliens and so forth, in a sense, are in need of attention or in need of some kind of way of feeling special.
Sure. When I was young and took an interest in astronomy, the government agents came and told me that if I went along with it, they would help me get through college, and I'd just have to keep the secret. And the hard part was getting the 12 million postal workers to all keep the secret too, because they're all government employees too. So there's about 35 million of us that have the secret, and none of us can talk about it. So, in fact, I've already said enough to get in trouble. So, what you have to realize is that my boss's boss's boss, as high as it goes, couldn't care less what I tell you about this. Okay? So, who is the government? Who are these people that are keeping this a secret? The government is such a vast group of people that it's almost a concept.
The media, I think, is very involved in tapping into this curiosity that we all now have. There's a sense of, this is real, this is possible, this isn't just this something magical or mysterious that can't be explained. There really is something out there, and now how do we reach the next step? And the media, I think, is very involved in taking the imagination of the public and exploring all facets of it, for better and for worse. I mean, for some of it is I think, very unfortunate in that it creates fear and unnecessary, worries about it, extraterrestrial life.
The media influences the mass believing always. That's most people's contact with reality. They're not scientists. They don't read scientific journals. They read the news. I don't think most people even have read about UFOs other than what they get in newspapers. So I have people that have absolute belief in them. And I ask them why, and they don't know. They just do.
Yeah, I think the media has an enormous influence on what people believe. And I also think, because I've read studies that say this is so, that most people get most of their information about these things from the television. And even the books that are printed to make money. The books that sell are the books that are sensational. So yeah, I think that the print media and the news media, television, has an enormous influence on what people believe. And I think that what's happening here is that people write books and people produce television specials for a reason. And the reason is very simple. They're trying to make money. And that's number 1, 2, and 3 reason. And they will write and they will produce what will sell. And whether it's true or good, maybe they think about that, but not very much.
Definitely yes. Shows like the X-Files and Unsolved Mysteries and all of these kinds of shows definitely promote kind of that mass hysteria which I spoke of, that the media of all types of media, newspapers, television shows, it's the fad. Even the T-shirts kids wear have aliens on them.
You want to know the truth about the alien autopsy footage? Well, 2 nights ago, I was having a drink with one of the guys that made the alien autopsy footage. It's a total fraud. The alien autopsy footage is a total fraud. Manufactured by people to get people like you guys to be fascinated. Absolutely fraudulent. I know the people that did it. That's a good example of the media exploiting, for neat reasons in a way, because it's a fantasy world, but exploiting the subject is a great example of the media exploiting the subject. It's a complete concoction. None of it's real. Absolutely not real. And it was presented as real, and there are a lot of people who just don't know.
No, I do not believe that the government is covering up UFOs. I do believe that something's going on, that there's something that's going on that they don't want us to find out about, but whether it's UFOs or not, I don't think so.
I just believe in the life on Earth because that's all I've seen so far.
I think they would have good intentions. I believe that they'd be here to study us. Like, that's the reason we're going into space, is to study them, so they're probably studying us. I think something's out there, and something will be coming soon. They're changing the way aliens look, and nobody's ever probably really seen an alien. And like, I know what they look like, because I saw one once, and it was like triangular shaped, and it was really weird. But it wasn't like they make them today, like all like with pointy heads and stuff like that. I hate that. It's so annoying.
Who knows how long they've like lived for, so maybe they want to like pass on some of their knowledge, if they have the knowledge, to us.
Yeah, I think there's intelligent life. I mean, the universe is so big and there's so many star systems that we don't actually know anything about. So yeah, I think there's life out there.
I think that they are on different levels. I think that some may be our level about 1 million years ago, like the level of cavemen, and I think that some may be 1 billion years ahead of us. So.
I've seen influences from media, you know, in movies where, you know, aliens come from their planets in form of empires to destroy, you know, other races, and it doesn't seem really realistic.
No, I do not believe that the government knows anything about aliens, and I don't think they really care.
The only conclusion we have reached is that there is no conclusion. There are educated guesses and personal beliefs. So until there is more information, it's up to you to decide.